So as I said, I'm excited to announce that on Sunday, May 31st, Morning Hour Chapel will reopen its doors for in-person worship service. Now, we're going to be putting out more communication as the time approaches. So if you want to stay in the loop and you want to know everything that's going on, like us on Facebook. And also get your information added to our email list by signing up for our newsletter. And you can find the information on our website under newsletters. So there's a few things that we want you to know as we start to return to the building. First, and most importantly, we want you to feel comfortable and we want you to feel safe coming back to church. Now, we know that there are some who simply are not ready to join in larger gatherings at this time. And I want you to know, please, please know that you will not be judged either by your presence or your absence as we begin to meet in person on Sunday mornings. We want you to do what you feel is best for you, what you feel is best for your family. We're asking everybody, though, that if you're planning on attending the service, that we want you to wear masks from the time that you enter the building to the time that you exit. And we're going to work to have some cloth masks available for those of you who might not have one. And if you can let us know that you need one before you come to church, we'll work to be prepared so that you can have one when you get here. We're also going to have hand sanitizers set up near the entrance and also outside each of the doors leading into the sanctuary. And we ask you to please use hand sanitizer as you enter and use hand sanitizer as you exit on Sunday morning. Now, for the near future, we'll be foregoing coffee and food items, and we're going to have the fellowship hall blocked off. And we'll also be blocking access to the children's ministry area downstairs and also to the library and possibly the Sunday school room as well. We're not going to be offering Sunday school for children at first, and we are going to ask that children remain with their families throughout the service. We're going to be spreading out the seating in the sanctuary. We're going to be closing off every other pew so that we can meet the distancing guidelines put forth by the CDC. And that gives us about 10 pews, maybe 10 and a half if you count that very front pew. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask families to share pews together. So this means that people who live in the same household or have had significant exposure to one another throughout the stay-at-home order, we're going to ask you to share one pew. Now, for couples that are without children, or just attend as couples, or if you attend as just an individual coming alone, we're going to be limiting your seating as well. We're going to ask that if you're a couple, that you would limit yourself to just one side of the pew or the other. And then for the other side of the pew, we're going to take a look and see if can we get another couple on that end, or would we be seating an individual on that end. But this will also help us to meet those distancing guidelines that have been put forth. Now, based on our normal Sunday attendance and the sizes of our families, we believe we'll be able to accommodate anywhere from 25 to 45 people. It may be slightly more. It will not be less than 25. We can definitely get 25 in here. And later this week, after the board and I have had time to have our final discussions, we will let you know if we settle on 1 or 2 service times for May 31st. We won't be taking an offering like we normally do. Instead, we're going to have the offering plates set up in the foyer at the end of the services so that you can place your tithes and offerings in them without the plate being passed back and forth amongst everybody. We're also inviting you and even encouraging you to either set up or to continue using Easy Tithe for your tithes and offerings, because you can set that up to do your offerings right through your phone. So you don't have to really touch anything except your own stuff. Now, we're currently exploring whether we will be doing corporate singing at the service on May 31st. We've gotten some guidance from the brethren in Christ, and we're also seeing a lot of conflicting information about whether public singing in churches increases the spread of coronavirus. So we're going to talk about those things too, and we'll let you know later this week how we plan to address our hymns or our praise songs on Sunday mornings. We really hope that even if we're not able to sing, we could have a time of Bible reading. We can have a time of corporate prayer that could stand in the place of the music for a few weeks until we get a better handle on things. But we will let you know what we come up with throughout our communications next week. We're going to be dismissing people by rows, going from the back to the front so that nobody has to get close to anybody as they're heading out. And we're asking that nobody congregates in the foyer, but rather exits the building directly after the service. Now, if someone in your family needs to use the restroom facilities after the service, that's fine. We'd ask that you would please wait for them outside unless they need physical assistance, either in the bathroom or to get from the bathroom to the car. And if that's the case, then we will figure out some place for you to kind of hang out and wait for them in the foyer. We're going to be sanitizing the church before and after our services, whether we have one service or two. But as we move into the summer months, as most of you who have been here for a while know, LIU over at the school cleans our building every week during the school year. Of course, school is coming to an end. We would have faced this anyway, but we're going to need to have some volunteers to come and clean the church on a weekly basis. So we're asking you, if you want to volunteer to clean the church, we're asking that you do so only with your own family, just for the time being. Again, we'll see how this plays out over the next weeks. And we're going to figure out the best way for you to sign up to clean. And we'll get that information out to you later this week as well. We know that some will believe that these actions are overkill. And others will still be uncomfortable, even with all the precautions, and will still choose not to attend at this time. And let me say again, if you choose not to attend right now, we understand. And we're working on ways to continue broadcasting the service on YouTube on Sunday mornings so that you can still worship along with us. Now, if you choose to attend the service in person, we are just happy to have you, happy to welcome you. And we do ask, though, that you respect the precautions that we're putting into place, even if you don't agree with all of them. Our intention is to provide a safe way to reopen services so that everyone who attends can feel safe being in the building. Again, we'll be providing more information as we finish planning and implementing the reopening of the building. And as always, we thank you for your continued prayers and your support for every person who walks through the doors of Morning Hour Chapel. God bless you.